What's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Unlocked the Rinnegan at the Land of Waves. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Jimmy Dasit Dice for suggesting this idea. I'll be trying my best to follow his, suggested plot. But yeah, you know me, I'll be adding on a lot of my own. Anyways, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And I'm 100% now clear from the doctors and all that medication, and I'm 100% back. I won't be taking any day off for the rest of this, month until the new year comes out. So yeah, stay tuned for a lot of bangers coming your ways. Enough said, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Story begins 13 years after the QB attack on the outer skirts of Konoha, just a few miles away from Konoha actually, with Team 7. As we see, Team 7, who were currently on their way to the Land of Waves to conduct their first C-rank mission, were halted by a hindrance. Two rogue shinobis attacked them at Chunin level, and they were none other than the Demon Brothers. Thankfully enough, the team somehow with their sensei was able to subdue them and were able to capture them as well. But they did not get any answers out of them. What should we do now, sensei? We can't just leave them like this, said Naruto as he looked towards his sensei, his Jonin commander, Kakashi Hatake, the head of the Team 7. As they currently had their client, as Kakashi was contemplating, we can't back out of mission now. I can't send anyone right now back to the village to inform them about this. Damn it. I guess we have no other choice but to continue on with this mission, since Naruto is also forcing me to. Oh well. What do you say we continue this mission? I will send in backup reports later on. Alright, sensei. But Kakashi made the biggest mistake here about not informing the village for backup. As they moved forward and reached near the Land of Waves, we see that the mist that was surrounding the village gotten thicker and thicker, and out came a huge sword towards them. Kakashi barely had enough strength to say just duck until the sword embedded itself behind him as he grabbed the client and lunged towards the ground, as the kids or Ganins were also able to save themselves in the nick of time. As the mist cleared a bit, and out came one of a Jonins, who was also a rogue from his own village known as Kirigakure, and that was Zabuza Momochi, one of the legendary swordsmen of the mist. Well, just my luck. Kakashi Hatake of the Sharingan from Konoha. Zabuza Momochi. Damn it, thought Kakashi to himself. I should have called for backup, but I didn't have any choice or chance to do so. Once we reach back home, or at a safer place, I will contact backup. But as of now, I have to hold him on my own. Kids, protect the client at all cost. I'll be the one dealing with him. As Kakashi and Zabuza fought until a masked Turtonin arrived and took Zabuza away once he was starting to lose, we see that Kakashi, now almost out of chakra because of the previous encounter and this one, was left to his knees. I'm gonna pass out soon. I want you all to take the client back at home and safer place, and be sure to be safe and kept well hidden until I regain consciousness. Hi, sensei, said Sasuke, taking the charge as Kakashi passed out. And once he woke up, we see that he was inside the Land of Waves. As Sasuke then said to Kakashi, after the night fell, Sensei, I think it would be wise if we contact someone back to the village. I am going to. Once I regain enough strength, I will be sending my rinnegan back to the village with a report of what has happened. It was a mistake to not call for backup when we had the chance. But then again, I never thought that we might face anyone greater than the Demon Brothers themselves. I should have been careful, thought Kakashi to himself the last bit, as Sasuke left. But Kakashi wasn't able to regain full of his strength as a few days passed. While the kids trained during those time, we see that Kakashi and Sasuke and Sakura took it upon themselves to go to help Tazuna at the bridge. While they were there, Zabuza Momochi struck again. And this time around, Kakashi, while wounded, had to fight alongside his Genins, and seemingly the fake Hunter Nin, who Kakashi was able to decipher because he didn't kill the rogue nin at the time and took it away, was also there with him as his accomplice now, revealed helping him. As Kakashi had no other choice but to go into battle, we see that Naruto arrived just in the nick of time, yelling that there was some ambush back at home and he came as fast as he could. But even then, while the Genins tried their best to deal with the Hunter Nin and the helper of the Set Shinobi, Kakashi was on the losing end. Caught up in the vortex of imprisonment by Zabuza, Kakashi was having a hard time breathing until Naruto was able to distract him enough to release Kakashi, and Kakashi was back on his feet with lower chakra reserves and injured fighting against Zabuza. While the fight continued on, the Team 7 was overpowered and things were not looking good for them because not only Kakashi was having a hard time, the Genins, who were now fresh Genins, were also having a hard time fighting against a Chunin who could create ice dome mirrors and could travel through them while also launching ice senbon needles at them. Sasuke and Naruto both got stuck in the ice dome of the said shinobi while trying their best to figure out a way back to back against each other. Both of them were wounded equally, and Naruto took a heavy hit as he was on the ground now, while trying to save Sasuke. Sasuke, trying his best to repay and make sure that Naruto doesn't run up, tried to block huge amount of senbons coming towards Naruto way. As Naruto watched, that Sasuke began to bleed and pass out to the ground because of the attacks that happened, as Naruto's eyes widened. As on the other side, he also witnessed that while the senbons impaled him, Kakashi was also injured badly, and that was not all. After Kakashi was close to passing out as well, Naruto witnessed that his strength began to leave his body, and while his eyes closed, he witnessed a blood-curdling scream, which opened his eyes from closing shut to piercing wide open, seeing that an ice senbon pierced through Sakura's heart, killing her immediately then and there. As Kakashi was also shocked at what happened. No, not again. Damn it, Sakura. As that is when we see huge amount of red chakra leaked out of Naruto. As Naruto, while wounded, grabbed onto Sasuke, whose blood was also seeping out because he too wasn't breathing at the time, but the ice dome mirrors from the chakra enough were shattered. As both Kakashi weakly as well as Zabuza and Haku stopped to witness that Naruto was now something else. Damn it, what the hell happened to the brat? I thought you took care of him, Haku. I'm sorry, Zabuza-sama. I will take care of him immediately. As Haku charged towards now a terrifying looking Naruto. Naruto, without looking behind him, grabbed him with such ferocity and speed from the face and shattered his mask, as well as his face, while he clenched his fist closed shut, while grabbing onto Sasuke with other arm. As Haku, blood also seeped into Naruto's wounds alongside Sasuke, as Naruto's body began to steam as he dropped down both of their dead bodies to the ground and stood up. His hair was covering his eyes, headband dropped down to the floor as well, as Naruto with his tattered clothes just stood there silently, while the chakra wildly roamed around his whole body. As seeing what happened to Haku in an instant, Zabuza knew something was up. What the hell is wrong with your brat, Kakashi? He just killed my daughter. I'm gonna kill him. As Kakashi was still in shock as Zabuza charged towards Naruto with his sword, trying to aim at him blindly with rage. Wait, Zabuza, stop it! You don't know what you're messing with. To hell with you, Kakashi. I'm gonna put an end to this monster. As that was enough said, as Naruto moved fluidly and at such a high speed that even Kakashi's Sharingan was not able to pick it up, as Naruto was now standing in front of Kakashi with red eyes, which had slits in them, as in his hand was a thing that was dripping down with blood, and that was Zabuza's heart, as Zabuza on the other side dropped down to his knees, clutching the biting gaping hole in his chest, as he too fell face first to the ground, dead. As Taozuna, witnessing this all, was terrified of the kid. What the hell is wrong with him? As that is when we see, when everyone thought that this was the end of it, Naruto turned towards a distance where a man and his army was standing watching this all with the gaping mouths. As Naruto, with pure blinding rage, seeing that who it was, as Tazuna confirmed this. Kato, what is he doing here? Heard enough and lunged towards him, and what happened after that was a massacre. Kakashi witnessed it all, and his Sharingan wasn't doing him any favors because it burned each and every bit of the images into his mind. This is a nightmare, a disaster. This shouldn't have happened. I thought I was fast enough. I'm sorry, Sensei. Obito. Ren. He thought to his former team as he looked towards the aftermath of the devastation as Naruto roared, and soon his chakra began to tame down. But what happened next was Naruto face vaulted to the ground, exhausted, as all of his wounds were still closing and steaming because of the closure. As the chakra dissipated, we see that Kakashi just stood there, looking and soaking in the aftermath of what has just happened within a fewer moments of span. He just lost his 2 Genins, which were his responsibility. He had 2 choices and 2 times the time to call for a backup, but he didn't. It was all his fault. His team died because of his mistake, and there was nothing else to do but to repay for it, like he still has to do for Obito and Rin's death. And then he thought that it should have been him who should have died in their stead. As now we see, Naruto then got up as Tazuna went near him. Hey kid, you okay? As Kakashi was still just standing there, contemplating on what just happened, Naruto then said, was that a nightmare? Is Sasuke and Sakura alive? No, kid, it wasn't a nightmare. They're really dead. Oh, what happened to Sensei? He's okay. I think he's still shocked like you are. As that is when Naruto felt a hand on his shoulder as he looked up, shocking Kakashi even more. And Tazuna, kid, your eyes. I'm pretty sure they were different. What happened? I can see normally, but is something wrong with my eyes, Sensei? Naruto, listen to me carefully, said Kakashi, trying to sound as calm as possible. Did not give anything away to Tazuna. I want you to stop sending chakra to your eyes. Cut off and relax all your chakra. Gather it in your core. I don't understand, Sensei. Just do what I told you to, Naruto. Everything will be fine. You'll return back to normal. As Naruto did what he was told, and soon his eyes turned back to the normal blue that they were. I gotta make a call back at village. You make sure nothing happens to their body. Use the scroll to seal away their bodies, Naruto. You can do that, right? Sensei, Sasuke and Sakura, they're really dead, aren't they? How did this happen? One moment we were fighting that masked person, and next I saw was red. Sakura scream, her dying, and then Sasuke not breathing as well. This is a nightmare, right? This can't be happening to us. I'm sorry, Naruto, but this is real. Both of them are dead. As Naruto began to cry uncontrollably, while Tazuna tried his best to console him. You think this was a good idea? You could have waited, you know, said Tazuna angrily. There's no point to trying to lie to him when the reality is in front of him. This is the real shinobi world, and Sasuke and Sakura just lost their life. As now we see, Kakashi this time sent back a letter asking for help and backup team, and informing about the death of Sasuke, Uchiha, and Sakura Haruno. As once this news reached Hiruzen Sarutobi's ears, he too thought this was some sort of a sick joke. But when it was revealed that their first C-rank mission turned out to be an A rank or maybe an S rank one, he knew this was not a lie. Facing an S rank missing Nin, as well as 2 rogue Chunins and then a corrupt leader, it was an S rank mission. But what pissed Hiruzen off was Kakashi's misjudgment. Because of him, 2 of the Genins have died, and one of them was the last loyal Uchihas to the village. But there was something in the end that caught his attention. As now we see, the elders also, having read that letter, were also shocked, being inside Hiruzen's office. The boy has awoken rinnegan. How is this possible? From what I remember, both Minato and Kushina did not have any dojutsu. It is the dojutsu of the sage as well, said Homura, filling in for Koharu. We thought we lost a diamond, but we found something greater than that. The Uchiha was at a flight risk at all times, but knowing that boy, if we give him his heritage, as well as tell him and the village who he really is, this will not only boost up the morale of the people, but also of the boy, and he will have whatever he wants. He wants to be the Hokage, right? We will have a strong Hokage, and maybe there is a chance, a high chance, that the rinnegan might be able to be passed down to his lineage, said Homura, as that is when something interesting happened that even brought out Hiruzen from his stupor. Danzo agreed. I think I highly agreed with what you have said, Homura. Wait, what? Said Koharu. I thought you would be against it, Danzo, knowing that you wanted the boy to be a weapon. Weapon he might be, but we cannot ignore the fact that the boy has awoken something tremendous, and something that only happens once in a lifetime. Konoha has now access to the ultimate dojutsu ever, the rinnegan, the eyes of the sage, much more stronger than the Sharingan itself. We might be able to achieve great things with Naruto if properly train him. And I think there is a high chance that we might be able to have many more rinnegan shinobis in the village if he is able to pass them down. Tell Kakashi to bring him in safe and send in 2 of the teams. I have already sent out the teams that I wanted to send, but I'm still quite shocked that you agreed to this, Danzo. I thought you might still, as Koharu said, had opposition to it. I know that I might sound like that I want power for this village, but I do, but I still care about the village reputation first. And this way we'll be able to not only show but also gain the reputation that we all desire in the Elemental Nation as the strongest. So you're going to use Naruto as the poster boy for the village. Yes, precisely. This way Konoha will have more missions and clients in the future. And the boy? He might be able to produce more rinnegan shinobis for us as well. It is time we make it official anyway. The boy was able to survive an S-rank mission, after all. So it is high time we tell him his heritage, Hiruzen. You can't keep that away from the boy forever. As Hiruzen clutched his fist while looking down at the table. While on the other side, the team that were dispatched were Team Guy and Team Kurenai. As both of them arrived to find that Naruto was still traumatized while hugging the scrolls closer to his chest, while also wheezing and crying. As Hinata, as well as her team, seeing this, was quite shocked, as Guy and Kurenai were with Kakashi, who was also traumatized and seemingly looking down, much more worse than his own team. You made a mistake, Kakashi. I get it. We all have been there, but his mistake cost 2 of the Genins their lives, Guy. He had 2 choices and 2 times the time to call for backup, but he didn't. I thought I had time. I thought I could control it. But I was wrong. You can't control anything in this world, Kakashi. You should know that, no matter how much you try. I'm sorry. I know sorry won't bring them back. I will accept any punishment once I return. For the time being, Hokage-sama has ordered that I will seize all the control, said Kurenai, from you, over Naruto. And we are to bring him back safely, because his rinnegan. Is it? Yeah, I want to ask about that. Is it real? I mean, the eyes of the sage. Has Naruto really awakened them? Yes, but under the circumstances which they have awoken, I'm not surprised. But still, I thought that both the 4th and Kushina-sama didn't have any dojutsu. They didn't. So how come? I don't know, Guy. To be honest, I'm not in a hurry to find out. I lost 2 of my students. And it's all my fault because they lost their life. As on the other side, Naruto was being consoled by the other 2 teams, as Kiba, Shino, and Hinata, alongside with Lee, Neji, as well as Tenten were trying their best to calm him down. It's alright, Naruto. Catch your breath. You just tasted the real shinobi world. They were not ready for it. Neji, could you have been more polite? This is fate, and the fate caught up to them. Nobody can escape fate. We all should know that, Tenten. It is high time that he gets off of the high horse that he's gonna be Hokage if he's gonna act like this. I know this may sound rude, but it is the reality that we all must face. We must face that when the time comes. The better you forget them, the best it would be for you and your career if you want to continue as a shinobi, because there is going to be a lot more deaths in the future, and there's nothing you will be able to do about it. As with these words says, Neji left, as Tenten followed him suit. Sorry about him. As Guy student, Lee then said, Don't mind Neji, Naruto-kun. Your flames of youth will burn brighter one day, and you'll be able to prevent deaths like this in the future. Belatedly, I mean, he is kind of right. I had a chance to protect Sakura, but I was weak enough not able to get up and move towards her. I let Sasuke die and Sakura. It is not your fault, Naruto. You tried your best. Yeah, damn it, said Kiba. You're lucky that you're able to survive this, or you could have too died as well. And instead of two, we could have been burying 3 friends this time. Me and Akamaru are at least glad that you're okay. And I guess even Hinata and Shino are as well. We all are, said Lee. We all are glad. How about you rest, Naruto? And leave those scrolls to me, as Naruto wasn't ready to leave them. I'm not gonna do anything to them, Naruto. I'm gonna take care of them until we return. I see. As he let the scrolls go, and Shino grabbed onto them. As now we see, it was night as Naruto was finally able to get a wink of sleep. As we see the Genins sitting together. As Kiba punched the rock nearby. Damn it! I can't believe this happened to Naruto of all the people. I mean, look at him. He's a mess. And we all thought that Naruto was the one who was the bravest and silliest out of all of us, even if he was stupid. I can't see him like this. Naruto-kun always brought other spirits up, and seeing him like this is devastating. Well, he has seen and witnessed the death of his friends and almost survived that himself, which is commendable. And it's no-brainer that he is still in shock. Shock that he will be able to recover from with time alone, said Neji. Some shocks you don't recover from, Neji, said Guy as he arrived there. What do you mean, Sensei? Said Tenten. You wouldn't understand if I tell you. There are some scars that leave permanent images and damage your mind. As that is when, on cue, Naruto's screams were heard of Nightmare. No, please. I didn't let you die. Please. As Naruto was crying, as all of the Genins became scared. What is going on with him? Said Kiba as Akamaru whimpered. He is having nightmares. He has witnessed them and their death up close with his own eyes, and he blames himself because of their death, said Kurenai, coming in. This is also a hard reality of the shinobi world. It would be great that you guys take lessons from it, even if it is bad as it sounds. You should be taking lessons from their mistake, which cost them their life, and make sure that you train hard and strong, and always rely on one another, and form coordinations of your own, so that you are able to survive in cases where your other teammates weren't lucky. Hi, you're right, Sensei. But Naruto didn't deserve this. Neither did that prick Sasuke or Sakura. Even if they were loudmouths, they were still our friends and teammates and comrades. As now we see, after the bridge was completed, it took them a week to get back to Konoha. As after arriving back, Naruto was in no condition to talk or speak with anyone, so he just returned on his own back to his apartment. His friends, on the other hand, that were with him, were not happy with how he was behaving. As Neji and Team Guy, except for Lee, left, as now we see that Hinata and the others, alongside with Lee, arrived towards Team Asuma as they were the first ones they bumped into. Hey guys, why the long faces? Oh, you were on a mission, so you probably wouldn't have heard. What? What is it? You're talking like someone died, said Ino. Yeah, about that. As Asuma became serious. I'll dismiss you guys for the time being. How about you guys talk amongst yourselves? I gotta go find some Jonins. Where is, Kurenai and the others? Oh, they're together with Kakashi Sensei. Something happened with their team, Team 7, or what's left of them. Left of them? Damn it, not again, said Asuma as he disappeared in Ascension. As now we see, Shikamaru's eyes narrowed when Naruto came up. What happened to his team? Is Naruto alright? No, he's not. Naruto is depressed and down. Sakura and Sasuke died in the mission. Turned out their first C-rank mission was actually an S-rank. Hearing that Sakura died and Sasuke died, Ino dashed towards the morgue, where she knew she would probably find her friend. No, this can't be happening. As Ino arrived there, she witnessed the scrolls being opened, as Kurenai was standing next to them, as the dead bodies of both Sakura and Sasuke were now out. As she gasped, as her eyes widened and filled with tears. No, this can't be happening. No, as she broke down then and there, as Kurenai brought her back home, while ordering some of the morgue people to look out for the bodies. As this was going on, we go back towards the remaining two Ganins who were standing there, Choji and Shikamaru. What? You're joking, right? No. We were there. We saw him, having nightmares, apologizing to them, saying that he was sorry he wasn't strong enough to protect them and all that. Like it was his fault. He should be lucky that idiot was able to survive this. They say they faced an S-rank Jonin, as one of the legendary swordsmen from the mist or whatever, and he was luckily able to come out alive from them. Damn it, Naruto. Hey, Shikamaru, shouldn't we go and visit him? What if he does something stupid? I mean, he is alone, and he is Naruto. Damn it, you're right. Ah, what a drag. You damn troublesome blonde, you better not do something stupid. As now we see, the Genin remaining there dashed towards Naruto's apartment. As on the other side, at Yamanaka residence, we see Ino was crying her eyes out. As there was a knock on the door, and in came her father. I can't believe she's gone. All my life, I called her my rival and my nemesis, but she was my one true friend. I can't believe this happened. And they're saying that it is Naruto's fault. It isn't his fault. If anything is, it is his blame that he is the one at fault. What? I heard news that he tried to harm himself, It was thanks to the Genins that arrived there at his home that they were able to save him. He was gonna commit suicide because of the guilt that he was feeling. What? That can't be possible. Naruto would never do that. You don't know, the real true horrors of war. I have seen many of my comrades lay down their lives just so we can live on in this time of peace. It was unfortunate what happened to them, but it is a reality and a possibility in the shinobi world at all times. The risk of death is all-time high. Even you can die out there, As Ino's eyes widen. Then what are those people are lying? They don't know anything. They just want a reason to hate Naruto. I know you're not that stupid. You've seen that the villagers have treated him differently, have you not? Yeah, but I thought that it was because of his stupid pranks that he was hated, said Ino, drying up her tears. There's much more than that. Okage-sama has called for a council meeting, saying that he was going to announce Naruto's heritage soon. Heritage? You'll find out who he really is, and what the village has been hiding. Because there are a lot of secrets walking amongst us, that even those secrets themselves don't know about. Can you do something for me, Ino? What is it? Once you meet him, try to uplift his spirits and not blame him, okay? I know I have complete faith in you, princess. But right now, Naruto is at an all-time low, and he could kill himself because of the depression and guilt he's feeling. And I don't want you to add the fuel to already burning fire, which is great enough. I'm gonna be evaluating his psyche later on. As now we see, the night came as Naruto was resting in the hospital, as the Genins were waiting outside as Ino arrived. How is he? Lucky that he's alive. I can't believe that he would do something so stupid, said Shikamaru as he punched the nearby wall. As the remaining Genins looked down, he was feeling down. I get it, but still, that isn't the way out. I mean, I get it that he's... Damn it, I don't know what to say, said Kiba as he too was frustrated, as the rest were just silent. We can't act like this. We have to uplift Naruto's spirit. He right now needs us the most. He was always there when we needed him. Even when we didn't ask to, he was always there trying his best to cheer us up in his own stupid funny way. And right now, Naruto is in need of help. Our help. His friends. And that is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna make sure that we also become strong, so what happened to Sasuke and Sakura won't happen to any one of us. And there won't be anyone else like Naruto anymore. As everyone nodded, agreeing to Shikamaru, as they entered Naruto's room where Naruto was resting, and his hands and feet were restrained to the bed, and seeing him like this broke everyone's heart, but they knew it was for the good for him. As now we see, inside Naruto's mindscape, Naruto appeared in front of a huge cage, but his eyes were dead. As Kyuubi was also just saying nothing but looking at him with his bright red eyes from behind the huge bars. You're not gonna do anything, huh, Brad? This is the most still I have ever seen you in a long time. Naruto didn't say anything, and there was a huge pause and silence. As Kyuubi finally having enough then said, For God's sake, say something, you stupid brat. I'm trying my best to cheer you up. Can't you see that? I feel bad for what happened to you, okay? I don't like seeing you like this. To me, it is weird seeing you so still. But Naruto didn't say anything. He just stood there, silently. Why did you brought me here? Said Naruto in an almost low whisper tone. Listen, Brad. Naruto, said Kyuubi, correcting himself. I know what happened to you. I'm not gonna say and tell you that I don't know how it feels, because I know. I have lost many loved ones. Some of them were also humans who became my friends, either due to old age, or because of war, or because of destruction. They too have been killed one way or another. So I can relate to the loss you're feeling. But the guilt? It is just extra, kid. It is not your fault. You survived. If anything, that is your fault, because you were lucky enough to survive. But thanks to me being sealed inside of you, your consciousness was weak enough for me to let out my rage, so that I could protect you, because if you die, I die. Or have you forgotten? I don't want to talk about this. If this is all you're gonna say, just end me. If I rip out that piece of paper, you'll be free, right? I wanna die. I don't wanna live with this. This guilt that is crushing me. It is not your guilt to live with. If anything, it is Kakashi's fault. He was given a choice, an option, twice, not once, twice, to call for backup, but he didn't. If anyone is to blame and feel guilt, it is Kakashi. You were only following orders, and you tried your best to fight. You were also injured. You took heavy hits for your friends. You laid down your life for them. The only reason you're standing there is because of me. I saved you because I wanted to save myself. And if you still don't believe me, then hop onto my hand and rip out that seal. And that will make you realize that this was all a mistake. Saving you was a mistake, Naruto Uzumaki. As Naruto without hesitation got up and ripped out the piece of paper as Kyuubi lifted it up. But it was a trick of Kyuubi, because that is when two hands appeared, as the whole atmosphere changed, but the Kyuubi didn't disappear. As Kushina then spoke, Kurama, why would you... Why would Naruto rip out the seal? Because I wanted him to meet you two. This is the only way for you two idiots to come out. Oh, I see. Why does he look so down? See his memories and you'll be able to understand. And that is when both of the parents' soul was flooded in by the memories of their son, as Naruto's eyes widened, seeing who it was in front of him. The fourth Hokage. The Red Death. I know you. I know both of you. I read about you in the class. It's been a long time, son. As Kushina, now in tears, hugged her son. My baby boy. I can't believe he went through such nightmare and chaos. Oh my god, Kakashi, not again. Thought Minato to himself, because he knew that right now that Kakashi was the one who needed the saving the most. As he too was worried about his son, but Kakashi as well. Minato, why are you standing there and not consoling your son? Wait, what? Yes, Naruto, they too are your parents. I was a friend of Kushina. Thanks to the masked person who attacked the village 13 years ago at your birth, I was broken free but put under a genjutsu. And once my genjutsu was broken, I already was the one who killed them. My aim in that genjutsu was to kill you and cause as much as havoc and destruction so I can't be sealed. But once I regained my consciousness, I did something guilty. I told you I have killed many. I have lost my friends as well that I feel guilty about. But it was them who told me to live on. And time was the best healer. I was able to heal. That is what I was trying to teach you, kid. You'll be able to move on. Because if you're stuck here, you end up like your sensei, who is still stuck to the past to this day. And right now, his wounds are the most green ever because he has just lived through his nightmare and past once more, which was losing his teammates. I'm worried about him, said Minato. I know Kakashi was close to dying before, but right about now, he would be feeling all-time low. Son, once you regain enough strength, I want you to go meet Kakashi and tell him that it is fine to let go now. Tell him even about us if you have to, because I'll be damned if I lose both of my sons, said Minato as Naruto's eyes widened after hearing these words. As after that, both of the parents talked about Naruto and his heritage, and all his birth was told to him. And this talk that went all night long inside the seal lifted up Naruto's spirits to the point where he was able to come out of his shell and open his eyes. And right in front of him stood Inoichi. He's regaining consciousness. That is a good sign, Hokage-sama. Finally, after what seemingly looked like an endless night, he's able to pull through. Thank God. Welcome back to the land of living, Naruto. You sure gave us a long scare. Gigi, is that you? Yes, my boy, it is me. It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been fine, but how is Sensei? As Hiruzen's face turned serious. That is something you shouldn't worry about right now, Naruto. No, he needs help. My parents told me he's the one who needs the help most right now. Where is he? He's at home right now, said Guy. As that is when Hiruzen realized, and so did Guy and his teammates. Oh no, we have to hurry. As soon as they arrived, they saw that Kakashi has already cut it off his wrist, and he was brought to the hospital. As after that, we see Kakashi was able to regain consciousness within 2 days. And as soon as he opened his eyes, he felt like he was in hell. Again, I was able to be saved. Why did you do that, Sensei? Naruto, is that you? Said Kakashi while laying down on bed. Yes, it's me. Why would you do that? I don't want to lose you too. You're the only teammate I got left. And you told me the team is like a family that needs to stick together. I'm sorry, Naruto, but I'm not a family to anyone. I'm just a curse. Everyone I get close to dies. Somehow you were able to survive if you were lucky enough. I don't know next time you would be or not. It's better if I just die. No, it's not. My parents didn't want it to lose their other son. You hear me? And I'm not gonna lose my brother. So you better live straight through it. You got it? Because you're the strongest person I know. As Kakashi's eyes widened, as his eyes too were filled with tears as he began to cry. As on the other side, we see that Hiruzen was watching this with a smile on his face. As Naruto and Kakashi were bonding over there, we see that Hiruzen was happy, but quite surprised that Naruto was able to find out about his heritage this way. So I see, it was Minato and Kushina once more who helped us all through this time. You even laid down your lives, Minato, Kushina, and yet you still continue to watch over those who are precious to you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, said Hiruzen as he tipped his hat in the form of respect. As now we see, a month passed, as after the month, Chunin exams were delayed for approximately a year in Konoha because of what has happened, and a funeral for both Sasuke and Sakura was held. And after the funeral, we see that Naruto's heritage was announced in front of the whole village, and Kakashi's punishment finally came in front of him. Are you sure you want to go inside? I mean, it was not your fault. It is my fault, Naruto, said Kakashi. I have to go through with this, or otherwise I won't be able to live with the guilt, knowing that I was able to dodge the punishment of the students who I killed because of my misjudgment. As now we see, Hiruzen Sarutobi announced the punishment alongside the council, and his punishment was to train Naruto deliberately and religiously and seriously, and no Ichaicha tactics for him any longer. Otherwise he will be punished severely while watching all of them being burned in front of him into ashes. As Kakashi, thinking that it was like a little tap to his hand, accepted his punishment. As on the other side, we see that many of the Jonins and Genins were also formed in the form of a group to train with Naruto, to ease up the loneliness and to watch over both of them, because both of them were at suicide risk right now, because they have attempted suicide before and they could try that again. As now we see, 6 months passed like this, and 6 months before the Chunin exams, Naruto and Kakashi were able to regain somewhat of their strength, and Naruto was now again able to open and close his rinnegan at will and activated its abilities as well. Naruto was still trying his best to learn about the abilities, but thanks to there being next to none knowledge, it was kind of experiment, trial and error thing, and Naruto was trying his best to achieve the best he could. And the other thing was that the Genins of the same age of Naruto has gotten so closer and much more serious that they were advancing at a frightening pace. Most of them were at least up to a mid-jonin level, shinobis and kunoichis already. Hinata, who has been shy and hesitant before, was no longer hesitant, because she knew that she might end up like Sakura if she hesitated. So, in her pursuit to gain strength for Naruto's sake and for her and everyone else's sake, she has become the best kunoichi taijutsu master out there, being called even the youngest prodigy in the whole elemental nation, which was quite proudful for Hiyashi. And after Naruto's heritage was revealed, Hinata was the first one to move forward with a marriage proposal to Naruto, which shocked him to no end, but that is when she confessed her love to him. And while both of them were still blushing whenever they were around each other, there was another love that bloomed, and that was with the shared pain, loss, as well as understanding between Ino and Naruto, because both of them were, thanks to their loss as well as suffering, as well as understanding, was able to come closer to the point that they too now shared a bond that was considered much more stronger than love. As now we see, she was the second and the only one who Naruto vowed that he will ever take as a wife. As now, the three of them in engagement together and becoming fiancé of one another were always stuck together in the form of a group and as a team. But Naruto also trained with his other friends who boosted up his morale, like Kiba, Shikamaru, Shino, and Choji, as well as even Neji and Tenten, who were cold at first but now were warming up to them and the other groups because they too realized that together they had the strength that nobody else had. As this was going on, Jiraiya too arrived back, and he was informed for the first time of everything. So much happened. You kept so much from me, Sensei. Why would you do that? And why do you still allow Kakashi near him? Knowing what has happened to Team 7, the previous one and this one. Enough, Jiraiya. I know my decision, and it is the decision of the council, and I think both Naruto and Kakashi has helped each other out in some way and lifted up each other's spirits. So Naruto's choice was not to be separated, and both Minato and Kushina themselves in Naruto's seal appeared to help Kakashi and Naruto out. So I think it is high time that we let this go. What happened in the past was nothing more than a tragedy. A tragedy that shouldn't happen even to our worst enemies. But it has given us a lot of lessons to learn. And many have been learned by the next generation. And the Shinobi Academy has been tightened up, so no mistakes like this will ever be repeated. You know how many lives were affected? Iruka blamed himself that he didn't taught them properly. Kakashi blamed himself and still does to some extent. Naruto still has minor nightmares left and right, blaming himself that he wasn't strong enough. The others are still affected by the deaths of two of their comrades and friends and their team and their batchmates, knowing that the death could be lingering over their head at any moment and they should be prepared for it, while also trying their best to avoid it by becoming strong. I see. So much has changed. And I thought that blaming was the only thing that I could. I'm sorry, Sensei. I shouldn't have judged your, judgment. It's alright. So, have you found any news about your teammate? Yes. I unfortunately have found something disturbing. Orochimaru is nearing Konoha's and Land of Fire's border. I don't know why, but he has been gathering many shinobis in the form of a village. And he has been working close with an organization that is made up of all S-rank shinobis, which also consist of Itachi Uchiha. As his eyes narrowed, what organization? The Akatsuki. And there have been talks between them. I don't know what about. This can't be good, Jiraiya. This can't be good. If Orochimaru and they are teaming up, it must be something big. They're planning something that could be done to either harm Konoha or to harm the other elemental nations. We must warn other villages about this as much fast as possible. Yeah, I thought so too. But would they agree? A Kage summit is in order. They would listen. And I will hold the Chunin exams and we will prepare a perfect trap for them. Sensei, it could be dangerous. I know it is a big gamble, but if any place should be chosen to lay trap, it should be Konoha. And we will realize if they arrive there, taking the bait of what their true motives are. I see. As after that, as planned, the other Kages were called for a Kage summit. And in that Kage summit it was discussed about the plan, and the other Kages agreed because Konoha was the one who was in the either lose-lose situation here, because if any land damages would happen, it would happen in Konoha. And they were the ones laying out the trap because they were the ones who brought this to the others' eyes. And they too couldn't deny that. Two forces like Orochimaru and the Akatsuki working together, it could be spelling nothing more than a disaster. As now we see that when the time came 6 months later, Konoha announced that the Chunin exams will be held this year, and each and every village announced that they will be participating. And as the bait was laid, we see that the fish caught onto it, as the Akatsuki, while blending in, or trying their best to, alongside Orochimaru and Otogakure, a new village, was also participating. As the other Kages knew that Orochimaru was planning something big. But what it was, they did not know. And one more thing was that he was nowhere to be seen, and the Kazekage has been acting weird. Whenever they talked about the plan, saying it as quote-unquote the plan, he would always try to ask of a reminder and so on. And each and every Kage got suspicious because they knew that Rasa was the one who was always telling and saying that they should have a code word. So they tell out the code word, and as would have thought, the code word was not called out, and it turned out that the Kazekage was none other than an imposter who was none other than Orochimaru. After being discovered in the just first stage of the Chunin exams, we see that the attack that was planned was now being launched, and all of the village, as Otogakure alongside with the Akatsuki and the Zetsu army, launched an attack known as the Ultimate Konoha Crush on Konoha. While this was going on, the other villages and Kages also launched an double trapped attack to trap them in and corner and box them. As this was going on, we see that their leader, the Pain, the rinnegan user, unleashed Almighty Push, destroying the whole village instantly, as that is when Naruto appeared in front of him, saving those who he could and his loved ones. While this was going on, the other shinobis and Kages who were able to be saved by Naruto and his rinnegan's defense abilities, they too appeared into the battlefield, taking down those who were against them, while Naruto fought off against the Pain. As the battle continued on, the rinnegan fought against the rinnegan. Naruto copied each and every bit of the techniques that the rinnegan user used and used it against him tenfold. Something about Naruto's rinnegan was that his rinnegan was much more authentic and much more powerful. Even Pain began to realize that, and he was the one who was on the losing end in the Battle of the Eyes, as the people would dub it later on. As now we see, after taking care of each and every one of them, Naruto turned towards the masked person who appeared in a vortex, as Naruto grabbed onto his hand and looked throughout his memories thanks to his rinnegan abilities. As on the other side, huge amount of chakra was absorbed from the masked person, as he was now on the ground in a weakened state. Obito, Uchiha, I can't believe this. You caused all of this? You caused the death of my parents? As Naruto's rage was next to none, as Kurama tried his best to calm Naruto down, whose relationship at this point with Naruto was now good thanks to his relationship being good with his mother. Naruto, calm down, my boy. You're using too much of my chakra. Enough, Kurama. He's in front of me. In front of us. Universal pull, said Naruto, pulling him towards himself and giving him a slam choke down to the ground and stomping on his throat. As after that, Naruto used the Rasengan, which was red and corrupted, but before it could be impacted straight through his face, he was stopped by a hand. As Naruto turned towards who it was, as his rinnegan was giving a dangerous red and purple huey glow, to see that it was Kakashi who stopped him. It is not yours to take his life now, Naruto. It is mine. Can I finish this? I understand, said Naruto, calming down as he moved away. You harmed too much people, Obito. Shut up and finish what you started, just like you finished Rin. It was a mistake, and I'm not gonna live with any guilt any longer. She was the one who jumped in, and she told me that I should let it go. Many people have, and you know what? I'm not gonna hold this as well. Chidori, as a huge amount of 1,000 chirping bird sound was heard, as the Chidori straightly pierced through the heart of Obito Uchiha, killing him then and there, as Kakashi stood there, panting heavily for a moment, before retracting his hand off. As that is when Naruto said to him, Are you feeling alright? Of course I am. I was able to finally let it go. Fully. Thank you, Naruto. It was because of you and Sensei that I was able to finally let go. But we're still not done yet. There are a lot of them left. Zetsu army, we gotta deal with them. As after that, Naruto found out about Zetsu and took him down, and destroyed the whole Zetsu army. After the defeat of the Akatsuki and the Otogakure, Konoha Crush was stopped, and the war that was started in Konoha ended there with their victory, as the other villages also witnessed the power of the true rinnegan, and even praised Naruto for that. And some of them even offered the political alliance marriages, but Naruto declined, saying that if they want an alliance, they should choose the shinobis from the village. And that is what happened in case of from Suna, as Temari no Sabuko and Shikamaru Nara were chosen to be partners. And as for Neji, he was chosen to be the partner of maid Terumi because she'd taken a liking to a girlish Hyuga. And let's just say he was going to have a lot of trouble in the future because his wife was one hell of a spicy woman. And this way, a peaceful alliance between different villages was made, overpassed their hatred. And not only that, the peace was preserved, and most of all, they all were able to let go of their hatred, past, and guilt, and move forward. As now we see, many years passed as a 19-year-old Naruto was standing there in front of a huge area where a lot of guests were gathered, which was his friends and other village important guests. As in front of him were arriving, walking down the aisle, two of his wives which he was going to marry now, Hinata and Ino. As this was the most happiest day of his life, the day he will get married and have his own family. And he was gonna honor his fallen teammates Sasuke and Sakura by naming his first two children after them. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short movie, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!